So we are continuing on the theme of compression, okay? And I've got a really big one for you today. We're gonna show you the hidden enemy that's in your golf swing that's probably robbing you of good compression, a good sound impact, a good strike. So that hidden enemy is your grip pressure, okay? People don't realize this, but grip pressure is so important in gaining a lot of compression and a lot of power. So what happens with most people, they don't realize that their hands and arms are so active in pushing the club head down to the golf ball. And it's really hard to determine, is it my right hand and my right arm that's really overworking or moving? Some of you can feel it, some of you don't. Is it my left arm pulling or my body rising? Which one of these two hands is misbehaving? So I like to test it, okay? And what we'll do, you can see here, I'm gonna be able to compress these balls very easily just with one hand. And that's one of the fastest ways that you can actually start to gain compression through the right sequence and through allowing the club head to naturally lag and then release. So just a small chip shot there. You can see I trapped that ball right against the ground and my right hand totally stayed back and stayed bent in a more passive position until it was time to just naturally let go. So what I do with a lot of my students is I come up and I help them hit a ball, right? They're holding the club, I come up and help them, and boy, their right hand is pushing so hard, it's disturbing. So it's probably something that you don't always realize that you're doing. But you'll see great players all the time, they practice both trail hand only and lead hand only because they're just trying to kind of iron things out, right? When we get both hands on, we can really start to put a lot of bad inputs into the club that are gonna start to cast, start to throw us over the top, start to pull our arms through. There's just a lot of play that our hands and arms can start to do, and it all starts with too tight a grip pressure. So you'll see great players hitting balls lead hand only, trail hand only, all of it because they know it's so helpful. So now I'll test out my lead hand. I'll do a practice swing first, and I'm basically just doing the same thing. You see how my body is just flowing, the club is setting, lagging. I'm bringing the grip down first until that final moment where the club finally releases. It's a great drill, and you can do it not bad, not quite as good as the right hand. So you see in both those positions, if you watch me at impact, bang, I look like this. I look like Ben Hogan. Now, if I go to hit a real golf ball, probably not as much, but that's how these great players get to these positions. Ben Hogan, John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, they've been playing since they were 3-4 years old. And as kids, they were so relaxed and they learned all these great lag positions, coming into impact, bowing their lead wrist, keeping their right hand, trail hand bent, staying behind the golf ball. It's so much easier to learn when we're young and the club is a little bit heavier and they're allowed to kind of allow those good positions to occur, right? Just through being soft and relaxed because not having the strength. So a lot of you that started later on, we've got that strength and we're really muscling at the golf ball, okay? So I'll hit one a little harder, but with that same theme of just monitoring my grip pressure, not changing it throughout. It's about a half swing. And boy, I squashed that ball. That was very well hit. You can still see I had pressure against the ground, my hands forward. Really good delivery position there. So in that pattern, I'm not changing anything from the lead hand only drill, trail hand only, the smaller swing. My grip pressure is not increasing as I go to hit one hard now. I'm just increasing the movement, the pressure shifts in my body, the rotation, the weight transfer, but I promise you I'm trying to stay on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 3 in my hands. And so hopefully the ball will go farther if I hit it right and the power just naturally increases. I hit that ball well. So that's how you train compression and how you kind of find it with your grip pressure. One of the most interesting things that I did when I was a kid is in order to gain more lag, one of my coaches said, hey, do you want to swing like Ben Hogan? I'm like, oh yeah, it'd be fantastic. He's got more lag than anybody, right? He goes, grab it with your forefinger and thumb. So I'm barely holding onto the golf club, right? I literally have no strength. He goes, swing it. And we videotaped it and I looked at it. You could look at your golf swing too. That has more lag. That has more delay, trigger delay. That has more shaft lean at impact than you could ever imagine just from leaving the golf club alone. not trying to push and work it so hard through. So if you videotape, you record your swing, and you see some of this look through impact, hands and arms back, arms pulling up, that's just wrought with grip pressure that goes into your arms, into your forearms, up into your biceps, and then even up into your shoulders. And then we start to see a lot of pulling up and a lot of chicken wings. So take a note from some of these young kids, right? The ones that don't have any strength. Relax that grip pressure, find that hidden enemy. Is it my right hand? Is it my left hand? Where is it occurring? And start to get some more compression for yourself. So if you like that theme on compression and getting it with very little effort, I've got a great thing that just dropped a couple days ago that's helping so many golfers. It's called the Compression Clinic. And it's a lot of the same exact stuff where we're just talking about the magic moves through the hitting area to gain more leverage, more control, different ways to visualize it without going overhauling your whole golf swing. It's only an hour long. I promise you, if you watch it for an hour, you're gonna see some big changes in your golf swing. Just within the last couple days of golfers already getting it, we've really got some good reviews and testimonials of how it's starting to kind of shape and change things already, just from them seeing the video. So I know it's gonna be good. And just as a special thing, for the next 5 days, it's 30% off. So please support me by clicking that link in the video, buying the Compression Clinic. I know I love doing free stuff, but sometimes it's nice to get paid out on YouTube too. Support me by buying that, and I hope it helps your golf game. I'm pretty darn positive it will.